This Mules Baseball update brought to you by the Missouri National Guard. For more information, contact Sergeant Jerry Shreve.
In the 2016 MIAA Baseball Tournament, the top-seeded Mules stumbled just once. A Saturday afternoon 11-inning 2-1 loss to Washburn forced the two teams to play again Sunday morning in the if necessary game. This second time around, the Mules started off hot, including a leadoff home run from Matt Elliott in the first inning. Later in the inning, Cole Disler and Matt Safranek both singled to help bring in 4 runs in the first. Washburn responded in the top of the second, tied the game in the third, then took the lead, then added 2 more runs in the fifth, up 6-4 in the middle of the inning. Safranek had a great day at the plate, and a sac fly in the bottom of the fifth made it a 1-run game, 6-5. Jake Alexander gave the Mules the lead back on a 2 RBI double in the sixth. Then Safranek drove in another run in the seventh to put UCM up 8-6. Washburn kept it interesting by plating a run in the eighth to make it 8-7, but then the Mules offense let loose in the bottom of the eighth inning. Bennett Oliver, Derek Cornell, Disler, Safranek, and Dylan Farrell all knocked hits that scored 8 total runs, and UCM left no doubt as to who should be playing for the MIAA Championship with a 16-8 win over Washburn. Safranek batted 4 for 4 with 5 RBIs. Reese Ponak picked up the win on the mound for the Mules, with Lucas Williams getting his 3rd save this season. Missouri Western upset Emporia State Saturday night too, forcing the second if necessary game to be played between those two teams on Sunday. The Griffons then eliminated second seed Emporia 7-3, setting up a Central versus Western championship game on Sunday afternoon at Lou Brock Sports Complex on the campus of Lindenwood University in St. Charles. At this point, both teams have already played 4 games and are getting ready to play a second in the same day. For the earlier Sunday games and this championship matchup, hits were not hard to come by.
You know, at this point in time, everybody's down to, I guess, running on fumes in terms of the pitching staff. We had to burn our closer early, you know, not today, but the day before, and he had to throw a lot of pitches and doing it. And so, I think they were in the same place. They played an extra game. They had to use everyone as well. And you expect an offensive type of day, and really strikes are what you're looking for out of the pitching staff.
So what that means for the title game is lots of scoring. Mules are the visitors here, and Bennett Oliver gets things started in the top of the first with a 3-run homer that he blasts over the right field fence. Missouri Western plates 2 of its own in the first, so it's 3-2 UCM. In the top of the second, the Mules scored 4 more with a double from Matt Elliott, a Dylan Farrell single, and a ground out from Oliver that scored Farrell. But again, all the bats are swinging. The Griffons score 4 of their own. After 2 innings, the Mules lead 7-6. The top of the third was the breakout for UCM. A bases-loaded walk got things started. Then Farrell brought in 3 runs with a double down the left field line. Jake Alexander and Derek Cornell singled home a few more runs to make it 13-6 Mules. Then the bottom of the third was when Western put up its first 0. Farrell added another RBI in the top of the fourth to make it 14-6 UCM. Neither team scored in the fifth. That's the only inning where that happened. Mo West plated 2 in the sixth, but the Mules still held a solid 14-8 lead, which the regular season champs then extended with scores in the 7th and 8th innings, up 16-8 heading into the bottom of the 8th. The crowd started murmuring about the 10-run rule bringing the game to an end soon, but Western wasn't having any of that. The Griffons brought in 2 more runs in the 8th, then 4 in the bottom of the 9th to make this game interesting, but Central Missouri held on for a win, taking the 2016 MIAA Championship over Missouri Western 16-14. The two teams combined for 90 at-bats, 30 runs, 40 hits, 12 walks, 11 strikeouts, and 21 runners left on base. 9 pitchers were used between the squads, and Ross Juliana picked up the win for UCM in a little more than 4 innings of work. In a game that took nearly 3.5 hours to complete, Alexander batted 5 for 6, while Oliver and Farrell both had 5 RBIs.
I think both teams obviously were engaged at the dish, and they're both very good hitting teams. And you know, so now it's just about who can throw more strikes and who can secure more outs.
In his second year as head coach, Kyle Crooks and the Mules won both the regular season and MIAA tournament titles.
So I'm proud of the team. I'm certainly happy for the coaches. In terms of the pressure, I think pressure again is perceived. This place wants greatness because it's had it, and we want it too, and that's no different. So it's really similar. For us, it's comfortable.
Before the team could even get back to Warrensburg Sunday night, the NCAA Selection Show announced the Mules as the number 2 seed in the Central Region Tournament, which is this coming weekend in Minnesota, hosted by St. Cloud State. The first game for UCM is Thursday against Southwestern Oklahoma State. Reporting in St. Charles, I'm Katie Smith for UCMathletics.com.
This Mules Baseball update brought to you by the Missouri National Guard. For more information, contact Sergeant Jerry Shreve.